The United States adopted the 120 volts, 60 Hz system in the late 1880s, influenced by the work of Thomas Edison and his Edison Electric Illuminating Company. Some areas of the United States, such as Texas and Florida, originally used 240 volts, 60 Hz. This was later changed to 120 volts for residential use and 240 volts for commercial and industrial applications. The United Kingdom and many other European countries adopted the 230 volts, 50 Hz system in the late 1890s, influenced by the work of Nikola Tesla and his alternating current technology. Let's consider the advantages and disadvantages. For 120 volts, 60 Hz, the advantages are reduced risk of electrical shock due to the low voltage and smaller conductors and wiring for residential use, which is due to the higher current capacity. The disadvantages are that it requires larger generators and transformers for the same power output, and there is higher power loss in transmission lines. For 240 volts, 60 Hz, the advantages are higher power delivery with the same current, which is due to a higher voltage, and more efficient power transmission. The disadvantages are an increased risk of electrical shock, and larger conductors and wiring are required. Now for 230 volts, 50 Hz, the advantages are a lower risk of electrical shock than 240 volts, 60 Hz, and more efficient motors because of the low frequency. The disadvantages are that it requires larger transformers and generators, and there is potential for flickering in lighting. Several factors are involved in the selection of these systems. Firstly, safety. Higher voltage systems pose a greater risk of electrical shock. Secondly, efficiency. Higher voltage systems are more efficient in power transmission. Thirdly, cost. The cost of generators, transformers, and wiring can vary depending on the voltage and frequency. Fourthly, standardization. Many countries have standardized their electrical systems to facilitate compatibility with appliances and equipment. Fifthly, industrial requirements. Some industries may require specific voltage and frequency levels for their equipment. The availability of resources such as hydroelectricity or other renewable energy sources can influence the frequency and voltage of the power system. In general, low voltage systems such as 120 volts are preferred for residential and commercial applications, while higher voltage systems such as 230 volts or 440 volts are used for industrial and commercial applications requiring higher power. The specific voltage and frequency used in a country or region is often a combination of historical, safety, and economic factors.